Hey guys, it's Matt from TDM Style here, and welcome back for another hair product review. Today I'm going to be talking about the water-based matte clay from TheRedHouse. As you guys know, I am a massive fan of clays, and this one I'm particularly excited to share with you guys, so let's get started. I'm going to break this down as usual, so we'll be talking about the packaging, the scent, the quality of ingredients, the performance, the price, and at the end I'll give you my overall thoughts. Now this is a homebrew clay from Kentucky, so if we look at the packaging we can see that it comes in this 4-ounce heavy glass jar with a white metal lid. I really like the overall look of this. It just sort of reminds me of a mason jar and it just feels kind of rustic, and I like that about it. On the top of the lid we have the TheRedHouse logo, and then on the front of the jar we have this gray and red label. So on the left side you have the directions, in the middle we have water-based matte clay with firm hold, and then on the right side we have handcrafted in Kentucky, as well as the list of the ingredients. So like I said, I like the overall look, and I also like that they cram 4 ounces worth of product into this jar. Moving on into scent, and this is one of my favorite qualities about this clay. TheRedHouse has this sort of signature tobacco vanilla scent on most of their products, this one included, and I really love the smell. It's warm, it's a little bit sweet, a little smoky, a little bit spicy. My wife pointed out that it smelled to her like eggnog, and I think that's pretty accurate. So if you've ever had eggnog, this kind of smells like that. It is a fairly strong scent, and I do occasionally get whiffs of it throughout the day once it's in my hair, but I don't mind that at all because, again, I just really love the way it smells. Moving now into quality of ingredients, and we can see that this is a water-based clay for sure, with water at the #1 spot, followed closely by beeswax and avocado oil, and then kaolin clay. Following that, we have castor oil and then a number of wax compounds, so we've got emulsifying wax, microcrystalline wax, and carnauba wax. Following those, we have mango butter, which is just going to be really nourishing for your hair, as well as sea clay and lanolin wax. So obviously, although this is a water-based product, it does have a couple different kinds of clays and several different kinds of waxes in it, so that will give you an idea of how it will behave. And as I mentioned, with both the avocado oil and the mango butter in this, it is definitely very nourishing for your hair. When I use this, my hair just feels very moisturized, very soft, and just overall nice. And that brings us right into performance. So how does it work and how does it hold up? Scooping this out of the jar is pretty effortless. It's quite soft. The breakdown is very creamy. It warms up very quickly in the hands, and it does feel more like a wax in the hands than like a harder clay. And since it is so creamy, it goes into the hair super smoothly, no tugging or pulling whatsoever. It just glides in there. It's very easy to get it into shape and to get it worked through evenly. Now they do call this a firm hold clay, and for me, I don't think it's quite a firm hold. I would say it's more like a medium, maybe medium firm, at least for someone with a longer hair like mine. I think it could be a bit more of a firm hold if you've got shorter hair though. However, I really don't mind that it's not a super strong hold because it gives you a lot of texture, and it does definitely stay malleable all day, so you can restyle it, you can run your fingers through it, and it feels really good on the hair. As I mentioned, my hair feels very moisturized and soft when I'm using it, and I think the overall finish and the texture looks really nice. I wouldn't exactly call the finish totally matte. I would say it's more of like a natural shine. I mean, it definitely has a little bit more of a shine than some other matte products that I've used. So that's just something to keep in mind. It's not going to look really dry and super matte like some other clays might. Now, while I wouldn't consider it a totally firm hold, it does definitely hold its shape quite well throughout the day. I mean, it will of course get messed up with wind or if you're working hard and sweating or something like that, but since it does stay malleable, it's very easy to just push it right back into place. In terms of washing it out, it is definitely easy to get out of the hair since it is a water-based clay, although with all of those other wax compounds and things in there, it doesn't totally come out with just water for me. I do still need a shampoo to get it completely out of my hair. A couple of other things, at least for my hair type, that I've noticed is that with all those waxes in there, I need to really make sure that I don't use too much because that could make my hair look a bit on the oily side. And the same goes for second day hair with this. It can be a little bit oily looking, but just throw some dry shampoo in there and it looks great. Lastly, moving on to price, and this comes in at $18 US for this 4-ounce jar, which I think is pretty cheap considering most other products of a similar caliber will probably run you $18 to $20 for a 2-ounce jar. So basically you get twice as much product for the same price. Now they'll ship basically anywhere in the world, and shipping does vary depending on, of course, where you live and the weight of what you're ordering. So if you order several jars of product versus just one. So to give you an example, I ordered just this one jar and it cost me about $3.46 shipping, and it was pretty fast, so very reasonable shipping costs. So overall thoughts, I love this stuff. As I mentioned, I really love the smell. I think it gives you great texture. It's super smooth and easy to apply. It's pretty easy to wash out, and it doesn't bother me that it's not a super duper strong hold. I can make it a stronger hold if you pre-style with something that has a little bit of hold to it. It complements that very well. But if you're using this on its own, it's definitely at least a medium to medium firm hold, and like I said, it's gonna stay in place all day fine. I really like the price, I like the way the jar looks, and I'm just very impressed. I think it's a great homebrew, and I'm looking forward to trying more products from the TheRedHouse's line. That does it for this review, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so to keep up with all the upcoming content on the channel, and as always, thanks so much for coming by and watching, and we'll see you at the next one.